this level, and there's 3 more. It's 2 boss fights in the final level.
This must be where the fog is coming from. Who is behind all this?
So let's get that spidey-armor.
Haven't used the spidey-armor much before. Could be useful here.
This is actually the original spidey-armor, which I quite like. They did bring it back in Spider-Man PS4. It was one of the DLC costumes they had. It's referred to as the Spidey-armor Mark 1. Oh, hey, Black Cat.
Spider-Man, I'm so happy to see you.
Black Cat, what are you doing? Who's behind? What's going on here?
Your guess is as good as mine. The guys in the ambulance must have drugged me because the next thing I knew, I woke up here. You gotta get me out of here.
Okay, Cat, but how?
If you can somehow shut down the power, I can escape.
You got it, Cat.
Okay. Let's do that. Now we can get into the other rooms. But yeah, the PS4 Spider-Man game had the Spidey-armor Mark 2, Mark 3, and Mark 4 as unlockable costumes. This one, the Mark 1, was added as DLC in the second DLC, I think.
If I can jam the exhaust ports without stopping the flow of fog, it'll be like a banana in a tailpipe. That ought to blow the power, too.
Well, that seems dangerous.
In the right direction, but not enough pressure.
I mean, yeah, it's a decent idea to foil the evil plans, but you know, you have to remember we're in here, so you know, like, yeah, let's build up all the pressure while we're in here.
Almost. He's ready to blow.
Okay, one more. And press the button, and we have finished this level. I love this with Black Cat here. So this little bit is ridiculous. And then she just jumps into the ceiling, apparently.
Yes, that does it.
I find that hilarious to me.
Whatever you did, it worked.
Hey, what else is a Spider-Man for? You go and get some help, Cat. I'll find out who's behind all this.
You got it. I'll be back.
I don't know where she's jumping to. Alright, it's time to find out who the mastermind behind the entire plot was. Because, you know, if you've... Wait. Well, that gave it away right there, didn't it? But to be fair, like, it's very obvious from the start. It's like, oh, he's in silhouette, but it's Doc Ock's voice and also Doc Ock's tentacles, things, robot arms.
No one can control the symbiotes. No one!
I need not control the symbiote, my friend.
Doc Ock?
We will work as one.
To be fair, the surprise here is really that that's Carnage.
My technology will give them. Symbiosis is the only way.
I should have known a reformed Doc Ock was too good to be true.
A perfect world order. Those who cannot share my vision will be crushed by it.
Speaking of crushed, it's showtime, freaks. Ooh, I smell bad symbiote, and it ain't me.
Bring it on, Grandpa!
Alone at last.
Let us end this, Spider-Man.
Okay. Probably worth noting that Carnage has always been too much for Spidey or Venom to handle alone.
He's right. I need to find some way to draw power away from these shields.
Oh, there we go. So this is the boss fight. Just avoid Doc Ock. Wait for these buttons to drop down. Press them. Wait for all of them to be done, and then you can get in there and beat him up. And that's the entire fight. It's not difficult because like health and it's a small arena, and health and web cartridges do regularly spawn. It's worth like doing the web fist though before you get in because you want to get as much damage as you can before the shield gets back up. No idea why Doc Ock built his shield with a whatever this is. Like some sort of energy diverter, maybe? Because like the shield goes from there to here. So like divert the energy. It's weird. Okay, and hop down. Alright, let's do this. Also, I think the idea is oh come on, no, oh! I think his robot arms, robotic tentacles, actually get caught in the shield diverter thing as well, which is kind of neat. Like, oh yeah, well, yeah. Since when has Doc Ock never needed a shield generator? He's dangerous on his own. It's like, no, his arms are out of the way, I think. So this should be the last one. There we go, he's dropping down. And yeah. Good work, Doc Ock. Yeah, I want to save it. Alright, now let's get to the last boss fight.
But then, this way.
One down, one to go. Wonder how Venom's doing.
Yeah, about as well as Venom always does.
Wake up, Brock.
Behind you.
You're saying?
Well, there's the obvious joke to be made there, but, you know, let's not make it.
That's a sonic bubble in the middle of the room. Seeing as how the only two things that symbiotes hate are fire and sonics, I'm guessing Ock made it just in case Carnage tried to double cross him.
What color do you
Let's be fair, like, why would you work with Carnage when you know exactly what Carnage is capable of? Okay, so the trick is to try and get Carnage into the sonic bubble in the centre. Actually really tricky to do. It's like managing to get him in there is really awkward. And the targeting isn't great for the web, so trying to tie him up a little bit isn't always going to work. Can we do this without dying? I hope so.
Nice try!
You don't want to get too far away from Carnage as well, because he'll just either throw the stuff at you or just jump across the bubble. Ah, I need that health. But yeah, like, it's this is an irritating fight, but it's not one you're likely to die on. Largely because like the health just respawns. So we just keep doing this, and we can just keep him in there indefinitely. Especially if we grab some web cartridges while Carnage is getting hurt. Like, we definitely got enough web cartridges to finish this off. And you want to try and keep him in there as long as possible, because getting him in there is really irritating. But you can't really go in there yourself, because the sonic bubble will hurt you as well. There we go. That went fairly well, actually. And now we just have the last level. I've not actually, there are 3 suits that I've not used. There's Peter Parker, Quick Change Spider, which is Peter Parker's clothes with, weirdly enough, like black suit Spider-Man's mask and gloves. And then there's the Amazing Bagman, which is Spider-Man in a Fantastic Four costume with a bag over his head, which is great. But they all have like a maximum of 2 web cartridges, and they're really irritating to deal with because of that. So I feel like the sonic bubble would have been more of a pain for Carnage than Cletus Cassidy. So it's weird to see the Carnage symbiote just left and bonded to Ock and is now perfectly fine. But yeah, here's the final level. It's a chase sequence. Don't get caught by Monster Ock. And this level can be really worrying because it is a long level. Like, this is going to go on for a while. And I think like if you get caught at any point, then I think you start all over. There might be checkpoints, but it's been a while since I've done this and gotten caught. Jumping is also faster than running, and not as inaccurate as web swinging. Like, web swinging is the fastest, but Spidey always aims to web swing into something. So like, he's either going to aim to like, web swing into a wall on the side or a wall at the end of the corridor. So like, you know, that's kind of a pain. So jumping through this level is like your best idea. Like, getting stuck on the wall there, that will slow you down. It is great though if you get through the doors far enough ahead of Monster Ock, because then he just bashes through and makes him look more destructive. It's really cool. I like it. This level being really long, pain to deal with, but really is a good indication of just how deep underground we actually are, underwater. And the place is also blowing up because we, we shut the fog pipes without turning the fog off, so the pressure's building up. Press that too soon. There we go, that worked out better. Getting closer. Wasn't great. You do actually have more leeway than you'd think. Like, Ock can get a little bit in front of you before he catches you and it's game over. Oh, I'm really nervous there. I think this is it actually, this is the end. Is it? Yes! And we finished the game. Okay, so if the symbiote saved Ock,
Perfect end.
it's clear as Cassidy's body's still in there, because, like, if it was, he's dead. Also, there's Captain America.
It's a good thing Black Cat gave me a call, son.
Looks like just in time.
Hey, Spidey, can you get us Captain America's autograph?
Oh, brother.
Punisher, do you have any threes?
So yeah, the game's just...
So,
Yeah, we got out of Doc Ock's base, and now we're playing cards with the cameos.
Beating you guys at cards, that'd be pretty easy.
Your spider sense won't save you here.
Look who's talking, Daredevil. You've been looking at my cards all night.
I don't need to look at your cards, Punisher. Your bluffs are so obvious.
Daredevil can't see the cards. He's blind. But also, he would totally win at poker because of his superpowers, and that is cheating.
Hey, will you guys keep it down? Hey, loosen
Also,
up, kids.
Punisher and Captain America in the same room doesn't seem like it'd work.
Wait, hold on. Time out. All of you guys were working together, and you still couldn't take down Spider-Man?
It's not my fault. Doc Ock's plan was...
I love the poster in the background there.
Everyone knows you
That's
can't
great.
control the symbiote.
Hey, wait! So, I'm a rhino, you're a scorpion, and he's an octopus. What's a Mysterio?
So, Rhino, you got any threes?
Hey! Hey, I got a bingo! Ha ha!
Was Mysterio part of the Sinister Six?
But I won! Ha! Who's your daddy, Doc Ock? Ha ha ha!
Was Rhino part of the Sinister Six?
You're always laughing at me, but who's crying now?
I'm pretty sure Scorpion was. Guy, who knows? There's been so many incarnations of the Sinister Six. So that was Spider-Man on PS1. Came out in 2000, developed by Neversoft. And it's got problems, mostly due to the time it was created more than anything. Like some control issues, mostly camera issues and stuff. The combat's serviceable, it's not particularly deep. But it's a pretty solid game. Jeez. Right. Activision had the rights, the license for Marvel stuff for years. Like I said, like pretty much almost probably every Spider-Man game we do up until PS4 Spider-Man is going to begin with the Activision logo. And then it was only in recent years Marvel took it back, and like the downside to that was they took off the so there's Tommy Tallarico did the music. It was only like the downside was that like, a load of the Marvel stuff published by Activision was taken off digital stores, which is a shame because like a bunch of it's really good. I think they gave Activision a little bit of an extension on some of the stuff, like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 were kind of remastered for PS4 and Xbox One, but I think they're gone again, which is a shame. Ultimate Alliance is a game I'd love to do at some point, so even get one of my buddies in with me on that. There's on your own, that game's just kind of meh. But like it's made for co-op and it's great with some friends. I do kind of like this rendition of the 60s Spider-Man theme. It's kind of a neat redo. Then after this, like Neversoft did not develop the sequel to this. That was Vicarious Visions. Activision basically just put them back to making Tony Hawk's games, and that ran for a while, and then they were made to do. They did Guitar Hero 3 after Harmonix went off to do Rock Band. Rest in peace, Neversoft. Catch you next time, true believers.